Ah, yes. The biggest debate in football. The debate that, let's be honest, will never end. The debate that has been going for damn near 2 decades and has divided so many fans around the world and has created two of the most toxic fan bases. Like, for real, it gets to a point where low-key becomes pathetic at times. This is the debate that defined an era of football, and the debate that I'm talking about is Harry Maguire versus Phil Jones. Who is the better player for Manchester United? Okay, I gotta stop playing. It's Messi versus Ronaldo. Listen, if you know a dedicated Messi or Ronaldo fan in real life, you know how insufferable these people can be. Like, even if they're your friends, like, they treat Messi and Ronaldo like they're gods. And even if you don't know anyone like that personally, you can just hop online and find any post about Messi or Ronaldo, and you will see fans just trying to banter each other with the most cringe names known to mankind. Like, I'm not even joking. There's like no creativity when it comes to banter in this debate. You would think a 10-year-old came up with these names. Like, these fans will go to court for Messi and Ronaldo. Matter of fact, they probably wouldn't even hesitate to go to war for those two. They would rather go to war for Messi and Ronaldo than go to war for their own countries. You can name it all. Racism, homophobia, death threats. Messi and Ronaldo fans have done it all just to defend their GOAT. But on a more serious note, if you ignore like the social media and banter side of it, this debate has been one of the most polarizing conversations in the world, let alone football, for the best part of 2 decades. And people like switch opinions all the time on this debate. Like right now in late 2025, you would probably say that Messi gets the edge because of his achievements, his stats in a shorter period of time, and also because of the beautiful way he plays football. But in 2018, with Ronaldo being the best player in Madrid's 3-peat Champions League run, defying the odds by winning the Euros in 2016 with Portugal, having some good international performances in the World Cup group stages as well, most people were saying that Ronaldo had the edge. And even if people say that Messi is better now, let's not act like it was never close, because these two have continuously pushed each other year on year out, and like they're even pushing each other now at their old age. Like, for real, they're still competing with each other now, with Ronaldo trying to cement his status by scoring 1,000 goals and Messi just proving why he's leagues above anyone else in the MLS, even at that age. Like, he's shown that technical ability wise, he's still probably the best in the world. It is a debate that, as I said before, still divides so many people, especially because as of now, neither of them have retired and both are planning to play in the 2026 World Cup. But yeah, in this video, I'm basically going to break down each player individually, compare them together, and then come to a conclusion about which one I prefer. And keep in mind, guys, this is just my opinion, so don't get too mad at me in the comments, please. It's just football. But yeah, without further ado, let's discuss this debate. Let's start by looking at the little boy from Rosario that is Lionel Messi. This is an alien, a modern reincarnation of the great Diego Maradona, a master of footballing technique and in-game intelligence, and a true magician of the game. This is a player that has all the stats in the world to tell you that he's great, all the numbers to demonstrate how good of a player he is, but even those insane stats simply cannot do justice to this man's greatness. You have to watch this man play to get a real glimpse of how much better he is than everyone else on the pitch. This is a complete technical player. He had everything. He could drop deep and dictate tempo with his link up and his vision, which is something he's doing a lot now at his older age. He could drift into the final third and provide the most mind-boggling assists. His footballing IQ is unmatched. His finishing ability is up there with the best, especially with his left foot. His set-piece taking ability is consistent and effective and will always be, because once you develop such good technique, you never lose it. But most of all, the attribute that he's known for most, the skill set that has literally made billions of fans fall in love with him, is his dribbling.
Messi, excelente el control para dejar en el camino a Jozabed. Jugadas de conducción a top line.
When you watch Messi dribble, it's like you're watching Da Vinci paint the Mona Lisa live in the flesh. Every touch, every movement resembling a brushstroke that soon becomes part of a larger masterpiece. He dribbles like a poet, beautiful and free, but with clear intention. He dribbles like gravity forgets to apply to him. This is a magician that can make something out of nothing, a man who can find space even in a telephone box, a man whose X factor shines so much that even managers build specific systems just to stop him. And despite all that, he still shines. The only player that can match Messi's dribbling is the aforementioned Diego Maradona, but that is a conversation for another day, though neither Messi nor Maradona would ever claim themselves to be better than the other. But the point is that Messi had everything when it came to being a technical-based attacker, which is why he's able to adapt to so many positions such as the false nine, right winger, as well as the deep line playmaker, etc. This is a man whose footballing ability quite frankly influenced the generation of technical footballists. He merged creator and finisher into one. He made football all about understanding space and being being intelligent as opposed to exploiting strength. And you can see this influence in so many players nowadays like Pedri, Foden, Bernardo Silva, Musiala, Cole Palmer, the list just goes on. And even the type of person he is, he's not like a very outspoken person. This is a man whose silence speaks volumes. He lets his footballing ability do all the talking, and he's basically like an everyman who just managed to become great, and that is admirable in itself. And don't forget, it's not like he doesn't have the stats as well, because my god, does he have the stats. In 1,131 appearances, Messi has 891 goals and 399 assists, with 104 minutes per goal and 72 minutes per goal contribution. He's won everything he can in football, including multiple Champions Leagues, multiple La Ligas, multiple Spanish Cups, Copa Americas, and of course, the prized possession that he has been chasing his whole career, the World Cup. And I'm sure if you go on FBref, you'll get a detailed look at all the minute stats that show his greatness as well. But I'm not going to waste your time with that, because firstly, it would take me probably hours just to explain all the important stats. But also, Messi is a player that really can't be defined by stats, in my opinion, as I said before. So if you've seen him play, even if you are a Ronaldo fan, you will still know how great Messi is as a player. And anyone who doesn't think he's up there with the greats is living in denial at this point. But now, to introduce the next man, I'm not even going to do it myself. Just listen to Peter Drury commentate over this man's return to Man United.
Wreathed in red, restored to this great gallery of the game, a walking work of art. Vintage, beyond valuation, beyond forgery or imitation. 18 years since that trembling teenager of touch and tease first tiptoed onto this storied stage. Now in his immaculate maturity, CR7 reunited.
Thanks, Peter, but I'll take it from here. If Lionel Messi is an alien, then Cristiano Ronaldo is a machine operating at maximum capacity. This man is pure work ethic, a man who would do absolutely anything to be at the top, a man whose footballing greatness perfectly matches his undying ambition, a man who is so motivated that even at the old age of 40, he has a body better than most 25-year-olds out there in the world. But when we get to his footballing ability, he becomes even more undisputed, because if you ask people to imagine the complete athlete in football, the player that would pop up in most people's heads would be Cristiano Ronaldo. This guy was the most effective goal-scoring machine in football because he could score in so many ways. You want a guy who could cut in and score with his right foot? There you go. A guy who could dribble past players and score? There you go. Oh, you want a guy who can score with his weaker foot as well? You can have him, he's right there. Wait, now you want a guy who could leap like a frog and get on the end of headers? Give me a break, man. Oh, come on, what more do you want? Oh, now you want a guy who could score from range as well? Well, have that. He could do that too. Stop asking questions and just take him, for God's sake. And it's not like Cristiano Ronaldo was just an athlete as well, because he had so much technical skill, especially in his younger days, and he brought so much fun to football. In his early days, he had so much flair and trickery. It was honestly a joke sometimes. He would humiliate your favorite defender in any area of the pitch. He would do the most unnecessary skills just to take the piss out of you, and after all that, he would score a screamer as the cherry on top. And this was only one version of him, because the guy's greatness also came down to his adaptability. He was a chameleon, a player who could play in any position in attack and any system in football. He played as a right and left-sided attacker at United, then moved on to playing more of a left winger or left-sided striker role for Madrid. And as he got older, he became more of a poacher, a master at finishing and positioning to make up for his athletic decline. The way Cristiano played, it was like watching a sculptor craft his greatness through sheer willpower and force, because he was a guy who didn't wait for chances to arrive. He would get the ball and make chances through sheer athleticism and flair. He put fear into opposition players just because he could score from anywhere. I mean, look at this goal, for example. Who decides to shoot from there? When Cristiano gets the ball, there's only one thing in his mind, and that is goals. No matter where, no matter how, he always tells himself that he is going to score. And when you look at the man's legacy, the belief he inspired in younger players to achieve greatness, the influence he has on how brand is built outside of football, and the pure confidence and swagger that he made cool again in football, that's where he really becomes great. And just like Messi, the stats are undeniable. Cristiano Ronaldo has 950 goals and 259 assists in 1,294 games, with 111 minutes per goal and 88 minutes per goal contribution. He's going to achieve 1,000 career goals at this point, there's no doubt about it. And again, I won't bore you with the detailed stats, because that would honestly be a waste of time when comparing these two greats. But now that we've discussed both players individually, let's compare the two. In my opinion, I don't really think there's a point of using stats to really say that one is better than the other, because I feel like it's difficult to do that if the stats are that close. And secondly, I feel like if your stats are just that astronomically high for damn near 2 decades, especially with stats that close, your GOAT status is pretty much like undisputed. Like there's no doubt you're one of the greats, and like if you just look at the numbers, you can't really like tell who's better than the other. You actually have to watch them play. So just using stats to like compare the two, I feel like that would be very reductive and like disingenuous in my opinion. Like if I say, oh, I think Ronaldo is better because he scored more goals in his career than Messi has, then I don't think I'm really putting up a good argument, because both players are so much more than just goals. And also, it's not as if Messi has 300 goals and Ronaldo has nearly 1,000. They are both very close in numbers, so Messi still has a very valid case of being better. I just don't think stats tell the full story of these two, so when I compare them, I'm going to compare them using number 1, their attributes and the type of player they are, and number 2, their influence on the teams they played in. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's start with the things that Messi is better at than Ronaldo, and I think those things are dribbling, creativity in passing, controlling tempo, and set pieces. Now, as much as Ronaldo had a lot of flair and pace when he was dribbling in his prime, I think we can all admit that Messi is literally the complete dribbler. Like no matter how many players are in front of him and where he is on the pitch, you always have a feeling that he will somehow find a way to get out of that situation and start an attack, like it was inevitable at one point. And I also think we can all admit that Messi was a better passer and creator than Ronaldo. Like Ronaldo had some good assists, of course, but Messi's line-breaking passes, his vision, his ability to play accurate long balls, some would argue that he was as much a complete passer as he was a complete dribbler. Like he could play the most insane passes from anywhere on the pitch. And that's why I also think Messi is so good at controlling tempo, because he was such a good passer and such a good dribbler. Nowadays, in his old age, you often see Messi playing in the middle of the pitch as a dictator of play, because he could link up play very well and get the team attacking with just one line splitting pass. Like Messi's footballing IQ is evidently very high because he can read the game and read certain situations very well. He knows when to bop it around a bit. He knows when to play that line splitting pass that starts an attack. I feel like a player like Messi is invaluable at this point, and I don't think someone like Ronaldo can do that, because they're completely different types of players. And I just feel like Messi is the more complete technical footballer at this point, and I feel like he always has been. And in terms of set pieces, I think the only set piece that Ronaldo has over Messi is penalties, and I think Messi is better at every other set piece, whether it's free kicks from out wide, corners, which he took sometimes, and also like direct free kicks. Like I know people want to say that Ronaldo is better at those as well because he scored some long range ones, but Messi is just way more consistent at scoring them than Ronaldo is, and that has to count for something. Now on to the things that Ronaldo is better at than Messi, and I think those things are finishing, pace and power, positioning, and clutch moments. I think there's no doubt at this point that Ronaldo is a better finisher than Messi. I'm not just saying that because he has more goals, but because, as I explained before, like he could literally score from any position on the pitch. He could curl one in, left foot, right foot, doesn't matter. He could score from range. He could drive one in inside the box. He's one of the best headers of the ball in history. Like there's no denying that Ronaldo is a better finisher than Messi in my opinion. Obviously Messi has mastered his left foot, but you can't say he's mastered like so many types of finishes like you can say that Ronaldo has. When it comes to pace and power, I think this was the main reason why Ronaldo was so feared in his prime, because even if he isn't as good a dribbler as Messi, Ronaldo had so much pace and power that he would skin you anyways, and add a bit of flair to that too in his early days, then you are undoubtedly getting a great dribbler. His pace would allow him to skip past anyone, and his power would allow him to beat many defenders in strength. Like, as I said before, his ability to leap over defenders is one of the reasons he was so good at hitting the ball. And then when it comes to positioning as an attacker, I feel like he's always been good at this, but like now that he's become more of a poacher, I feel like he's really mastered final third positioning. Like if you put a good ball into the box, it's very likely that the ball is going to end up with Cristiano for him to score. Like he's always been such a magnet for the ball when he's in the box, and some would argue that that is just as invaluable as Messi's ability to control the tempo. And then when it comes to clutch moments, I mean, there's a reason why this guy is called Mr. Champions League, because he scored 140 goals in the competition, with a lot of those goals being in important matches as well. Like, of course, Messi has scored huge goals for Barcelona and Argentina, for example, but Ronaldo has so many important moments that have won his team some big trophies, and there's no doubt that if you were to pick one man to take a penalty to save your life, it would probably be Cristiano Ronaldo. Like, he's just that cold under pressure. Now, if you were to ask me who I think my GOAT is, I would say Lionel Messi, because I personally prefer the way he plays football, like the magic he brought to the game. I think the feeling of watching Messi play gets me more excited than when I watch Cristiano play. I think it's a testament to Messi that even at this age, I still get off my seat every time he gets the ball, whereas I can't say the same for Cristiano. I just think Messi is the more complete attacker, even though Ronaldo is the more complete athlete. Like, I think when athleticism wears off a bit, that's when you need your technical ability to shine, and I think Messi is showing that technical ability more than Ronaldo is at the moment. Even though obviously Ronaldo is a great finisher and is great at positional play, he just doesn't have as much impact on the game as Messi can have, in my opinion, even in their primes. And plus, Messi has won everything there is to win in the game at this point, so yeah, I personally just think Messi's better. But really, these two are like chalk and cheese, like apples and oranges. Like, the only reason they've been compared for the last 20 years is because they've put up the most insane numbers together in the same era. Whilst Messi paints goals, Ronaldo forges them. Whilst Messi's style is comparable to that of a smooth, malleable liquid, Ronaldo's style is alike to a more passionate and destructive flame. And whilst Messi makes football look like breathing, Ronaldo makes football look like conquering. I mean, this debate realistically just comes down to personal preference, and I think Rio Ferdinand says it best.
They're just phenomenal to watch, and people try and make comparisons of who's better, etc. Just enjoy them, man. We're lucky
very
to be in
different
this time.
But anyways, let me know in the comments who you think is better. Let me know if you want more of these types of videos as well. Of course, leave a like, subscribe, share the video, and I guess I'll see you soon.